I don't know.
Not telling all of it.
Your secret's not to keep.
Okay, well, my name is Parrish Lee. I'm just doing a little bit of directing for some of the interviews of our family. And I've had here our family historian. So, Cuz, would you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I am Johnny Lee Copeland. I am the son of Robert and Lillian Abel Copeland. I get my name from my cousin Johnny Lee, who was married to Clara Johnson the year that I was born. So that's where my name originated, Johnny Lee Copeland. I was born in Bethune, South Carolina.
Bethune. We got one born in Bethune.
Yeah, Bethune. And that's a little town about 50 miles east of Columbia. And I was born March 2nd, 1924.
A lot of our families, that's where our family originates, is Bethune, is that right?
No, Blythewood.
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 Okay.
But now the Lees were from Bethune. All the Lees originated in the Bethune area.
Okay.
And that includes, of course, Mary Lee, who was my mother's sister. My mother was the youngest of the Sam and Mariah Abel's children.
Okay.
And how my mother happened to meet my father, her sister, Mary Abel Lee, who was married to Charlie Lee, was expecting, so my grandmother, Mariah, sent my mother to Bethune to take care of her sister. So while my mother was taking care of her sister, Mary Lee, in Bethune, she met my father, who was from Bethune, Robert Copeland. And that's how they started to dating, and eventually, of course, they were married.
That's good stuff.
And they produced seven of us who became adults. And we, of course, scattered after we were adults. But as children, we attended school there in Bethune. And also,
All of you? All of you in Bethune?
yes, in early elementary school in Bethune. Then for high school, we went to Jackson High School, which is in Camden, about 18 miles away. Well, with me, after I graduated from high school, I enrolled in Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina. There I spent my first 2 years before being drafted into the service. While at Benedict, I was always good in foreign languages, so I decided that I wanted to major in foreign languages. This was during the time I was a student at Benedict. So fortunately, when I was in service, I traveled in Europe, France, England, Germany, Austria, etc. So I was able to actually appreciate foreign languages and whatnot. So when I got back to college, I definitely decided to major in foreign languages.
Wow.
So I took a major, double major in French and Spanish. And I graduated from Benedict College cum laude with a major in...
Cum laude?
Yes, with a major in French and Spanish.
Wow. Why don't you, I want to hear more about your college and your military career. But before we do, could we hear a little bit more about your brothers and sisters?
Yes. I had 3 brothers and 3 sisters. I am the middle one. Of the 7, I am the middle one.
Okay.
2 sisters and a brother older.
And their names are?
2 brothers. My sister was Willie Mae, the oldest child.
Oh, okay.
And Lemuel, my brother, was number 2. Number 3 was Rosa, who, by the way, lives very near me here in Huntersville, North Carolina. And I was the 4th one. Then came my brother, James, who lived in Englewood, New Jersey, and who's deceased a few years ago. Then a younger brother, my youngest brother that is, Robert, who also lived in Englewood, New Jersey, and who is now deceased. And then of course Mildred, the youngest, my sister, she lives in Rock Hill, South Carolina.
Wow.
Okay. Those are the 7 of us. Because there are many nieces and nephews.
I'm sure.
Yes, quite a number of those.
Could you tell us a little bit more about your parents?
Yes, Robert, my father, is from Bethune, born and reared in Bethune, South Carolina. He had a lot of sisters and brothers in the area also, and several of them moved away. Of course, my mother, being the youngest of the Abel family, she traveled, when she was a girl, she traveled all around visiting her sisters and brothers, including an older brother who lived in Fernandina, Florida, because she used to tell me about visiting him. But she was always visiting her sisters and brothers. They were very close. They were a very close family. In fact, the Abel family was a very, very close family, brothers and sisters. And I got to know most of them myself. My mother, being the youngest child in the Sam and Mariah Abel family, she had some nieces and nephews older than she. This meant that Mariah, her mother, and her oldest daughter, Mariah's oldest daughter, Lizzie, had children at the same time.
Wow.
That is Mariah and her daughter.
Wow.
Because my mother had sisters and, nieces and nephews older than she. My mother also attended Benedict College.
Your mother attended Benedict College?
But at that time, they were not offering degrees. You just, you got a certificate, or, I guess it was a certificate they called it.
They were not offering degrees to everybody, or?
No, the college was not offering degrees at the time.
Oh, okay.
In fact, it was not college, it was Benedict Institute originally, and it became Benedict College.
About when was that? About when was that she attended college?
That would have been in, let's see, if I can remember. I would say that would have been like early 1900s.
Early 1900s.
Very early.
Excellent.
Very, very early.
Excellent.
1900s, very early.
Okay. And what about your dad?
My dad didn't attend college, but he taught. He taught mainly in the community, as a matter of fact. Everyone in the community. I'm speaking now of the African Americans.
Sure.
They looked up to my father for guidance and, well, for training as well. My father was an excellent teacher, really.
Teacher for, what did he teach?
For mainly how to get along with people, actually.
We need to have classes on that.
And Bible to religion. He was superintendent of the Sunday school.
Okay.
And of course he trained a lot of young people during that particular time.
Excellent. Well, can you tell us a little bit about your childhood?
Yes. I had a very, very happy childhood. Very, very happy. I was what they called at the time studious. I did a lot of reading. I still love to read, but I did a lot of reading. And one of my cousins, this is my father's niece, was a teacher there in the school system, so she would bring these books home with her, and I would go to her house with her mother, and I would read her books. So I got opportunity to do a lot of reading, which
wow.
And I still love. In high school, of course, I made honors in high school.
Wow.
I was an honor student in high school.
Of course.
High school, and while in high school, of course, I was a member of most of the organizations that were available at that particular time. From there, of course, after graduating from high school, I went on to Benedict College. At Benedict College, I, again, was an honor student at Benedict College. I was initiated into the Honor Society, Alpha Kappa Mu National Honor Society at Benedict College. I became a fraternity brother at Benedict College, Alpha Pi Alpha fraternity, INC. I was a member of the Young Men Christian Association at Benedict College. And I chose, well, I had already chosen my major, but I took a lot of additional courses that were outside of my major. As a matter of fact, when I graduated from Benedict College, I had enough hours in science to be certified in science. I'm certified in I was certified in the state of New Jersey and Pennsylvania to teach science, even though that was not my major at all.
Wow.
Then when I graduated from Benedict College, I took my first job, and that was teaching French and Spanish at Alabama State College.
Wow.
So there I taught for 5 years, Alabama State College, French and Spanish. And I left there and I went to West Virginia State College. West Virginia State College, I taught for 3 years there. And then I left and went to St. Augustine's College in Raleigh, North Carolina, a private college.
You were going to get back to Carolina anyway.
Yeah, this is my first experience teaching in a private school, private college. But I think I was working my way back up north, because after a couple of years at St. Augustine's College, I was offered the job to set up a foreign language department in Norwalk, Connecticut, in the senior high school, and to develop a foreign language lab, which they didn't have at a particular time, but they had lots of money. So they told me I could do whatever I wanted to with the money, so that was just what I wanted. So I transferred from there to...
About when was this? About?
Yes. Well, this was in 1957.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So there I went to Norwalk, Connecticut. I set up the lab there, and of course they paid me very well. The state of Connecticut paid well compared to what I was earning before these other college schools. They paid me very well. I set up the foreign language department, the lab there, and got a number of grants for the foreign language department there in Norwalk.
Sure.
And I was there for 26 years. That's where I spent most of my professional career in Norwalk, Connecticut.
Wow.
For 26 years.
I guess teaching has been a joy for you then.
It has been. It has been. I have really enjoyed it all of my life. I enjoyed teaching in the college, and then I enjoyed teaching actually when I got to the high school.
What do you like about it, really? What do you like about teaching?
First of all, I like meeting people. As a matter of fact, outside of my career, I like meeting people. I love meeting people. I love traveling. And by the way, I've traveled all over the world. All over
You
the world.
have traveled as a teacher, or was this in the military?
Both. Well, actually, while I was teaching, I was able to do a lot of traveling. I was in countries particularly where the language is spoken, where I was interested in the language and the culture, French, Spanish, but I traveled in many of the other countries as well.
Okay.
I have
countries, for example.